can't seem to get you off my mind.
All right, we are sitting here in Eugene with band Common Koi. We're super excited to have them all here with us.
Third question. You're writing a jingle for Charmin Ultra Toilet Paper. They've been coming out with some good jingles recently.
Yeah.
With which artist would you collaborate with?
It's like the catchiest.
Who would you collaborate with?
The name that came to mind instantly is Anderson .Paak.
That's, I was gonna say,
Yeah, Silk Sonic is just good for the
Yes.
engagement. You know, I think Silk Sonic
And
can
for
sell anything.
Charmin Ultra, like smooth,
Silky soft.
silky soft.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we owe a lot of our first shows, all of our first shows, to Honey. For Clayton, was it?
Yeah.
Iberg? Was his last name?
Clayton Iberg.
Yeah.
Is his last name.
He got us our first 5 or 6 house shows in Eugene, which were life-changing for all of us, and he was just so supportive and kind to us. So, I mean, Clayton from Honey was probably the reason that we got our traction with shows. But I mean, for inspirational, you know, big Eugene bands that had a lot of influence, you know, Laundry and Novocaine really, you know, kind of inspired me at least to want to play those bigger shows and not be a small Eugene band, but kind of keep going.
And so some of our listeners are bands like yourselves who are trying to find that, I guess, their footing or that little niche in the rock to climb to the next level. They're needing that boost. How important is it to a band like yourself to seek out alliances in your industry?
So important.
It's like all there is, man. It's such a key, actually. It's all about relationships.
I hope it's like a general thing, but everyone here is so passionate about music that I haven't met one musician who's been rude, like just going up to them at a show and being like, hey, what do? You want to play a show? You want to jam sometime? Everyone's just stoked because there's like such a communal love for music.
It's Cloud.
She's the daughter of a rich doctor, and I can't stop her. See her driving away in her Porsche Boxster. She's in the driver's seat. Last night's high scored beat. She's so far ahead of me. The California girl in the Cali sun. Daddy's got a gun. We're waiting to live out on the run.
Well, what's next? I mean, for you guys, so you've got your EP coming out. What if you were to kind of look at where you're at now, where you want to be, what do you need? What do you need from your fans? What do you need from people around you? Like what is that?
How can our listeners and we help you guys? I guess that's 2 questions.
It's a lot there.
It's big, yeah. I mean, a lot of it's unknown to us because we just turned 21. He's turning 21 soon, but I think we're all still kids trying to figure out like how do we make music our source of income, which is a slippery slope, a tricky concept to tackle, you know, because we're all going through college and we need to make money in a couple of years to sustain ourselves, and hopefully music can do that, but it's not the case for the vast majority of musicians. It just doesn't make it work. So I think the goal for a lot of us is to just make money and make music at the same time.
Yeah, I think listening to our music on Spotify.
I was gonna say, like sending it to people, like
Sharing,
the
spreading
you know,
love.
yeah, like the stream count isn't so important, but the monthly listeners is
Ah.
important. Like how many people can have? What's the spread? What's the reach? You know.
Yeah.
But
So just share it.
yeah.
When we've been trying to write and come up with like what the next project could possibly be, we're trying to think about what's the most positive and like accessible, but in like a genuinely uplifting way.
Yeah.
And so I was just thinking about like what we want, you know, people to do to help our cause. I think sharing it and saying, dance to this, put this on with a friend.
Some motto. And just somebody who needs to smile.
Yeah, just somebody who needs to
That's
smile.
bad.
Because all our songs make all of us smile.
King Koi sits all alone, yes, his world's a joy. For someone so new at being far from a boy, but clearly it keeps him moving on. Expected, under-directed, I felt it straight to my head, and I meant it when I told you to carry on. You floated from the bottom of the ocean and expecting to see outside. The stars align to signify the end of the dark time. Look at you, just smile.